Keri Hilson, like, girl, I mean, oh, at the end of the day, you sang the song. You sang the song. Keke Palmer, y'all done got Keke to cancel her interview. Keke has scrapped a whole episode of her podcast because y'all was ready to drag her. And Kenya, baby, Kenya is having one of the worst weeks possible in reality TV and on social media. Let's talk. What's up, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. I'm Tammy. This is Tammy Talks. We are here today for another edition of Look at This Here, which is basically my take on pop culture, current events, stuff that's going on in the blogs. Now, I'm gonna get more consistent with these because y'all say y'all like them. Prove it by watching, subscribing to the channel, thumbsing up the videos, and leaving your comments down below. Okay, but no, I'm gonna get more consistent with these. But there's three things that I want to talk about. And if this is your first edition of Look at This Here, I typically talk three, maybe four topics and definitely 20 minutes or less, right? We are super in and out. It's very high level commentary, really just my opinions. If you're looking for hard hitting facts and exact whatever, these are not the videos for y'all. These are truly just opinion-based videos, all right? So let's start off with Keke Palmer. So we know that Johnathan Majors is on an apology tour, right? So we know that Johnathan Majors was on the rise, right? I first came across Johnathan in The Harder They Fall. Remember the Black Cowboy movie? Fantastic. Fantastic movie on Netflix. If you haven't seen it, go check it out. I came across Johnathan Majors there, right? From there, he has had a very upward trajectory into Hollywood. This all fell flat. What was it been? Maybe 2 years now, two and a half years, when he had the altercation with his then girlfriend at the time, where he was accused of DV with her. Now, this split the world, okay, into people saying that she was lying and people saying she was telling the truth. Hollywood, okay, and for the most part, the court of public opinion said whatever she said he said, whatever she said he did that shit. So he lost deals. He got kind of shunned out of Hollywood. He had a very, very quick spiral down. So while this was happening, he started to date Megan Good. They have since gotten engaged and gotten married, and it seemed like Megan has helped his image a little bit. Okay, things were going up. He was starting to get work again. I think his new movie is now out. And that's not a Tubi movie. And I'm not even trying to be shady, but was it on Tubi? I forgot where that movie went. But he had this movie where he's like a boxer or something. So things have been moving up for him. He's getting interviews again. Life is seemingly good, right? So he's on this apology tour where he's doing all these different interviews, appearing on different forms of media where he's able to try to fix his image. So Keke Palmer said, well, shoot, let me get in on this. So Keke does an interview with Johnathan Major. Now, the interview has not yet aired, but word got out that she did the interview and y'all tore Keke to shreds. There are people saying that this is very rich of Keke, considering that she is or she has pegged herself as a victim of DV with her baby daddy. Remember that whole debacle situation, only for them to get back together. Okay. But it's people are saying that it's not a good look. So much so that Keke was trending and not even Johnathan Majors. So why would it be such a big deal, right? Well, a couple of weeks ago, Rolling Stone put out some audio in which Johnathan Majors is admitting to ex-girlfriend, okay, that he did DV her, right? Whatever she said he did, he's admitting to doing that shit. So it's like, damn, Johnathan. Now, there are some people that are still on some, well, who cares, whatever, blah, 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 blue, blue, blue. No, okay? He is admitting to it. He's admitting to it. So there's no more, maybe he did, maybe he didn't. He's admitting to doing it. We know that he did it. So in light of that, people think that it's in poor taste for Keke to even do it. Now, last I checked, I searched, I want to say last night, I didn't find anything where Keke issued a statement or had anything to say about it. It was just released that the episode has like been scrubbed. The episode will not air. That's too bad for Johnathan. How do y'all feel about that? I think for me, uh, do I think that it was wrong for Keke to interview him? No. I think everybody deserves the opportunity to tell their side of the story. Um, let's be real, y'all. We have seen white actors that have been accused of so much shit get a chance to get back into the Hollywood spotlight, get a chance to continue with their careers and all that type of stuff. Now, is Johnathan Majors wrong for what he did to that lady? Yes. Keep your fucking hands to yourself. However, does that mean that he should just be banished to hell for it and he should not have the opportunity for his Hollywood career to keep going? I don't believe that. Personally, do I think Keke should have scrapped her interview? No. If you did the interview, put the interview out. Let me know what you guys thought about that. How do y'all feel about that? I feel I'm indifferent about it, to be real. Very, very indifferent about it. But y'all let me know how y'all feel about it. So next up, Keri Hilson. Now this was interesting. Okay. So y'all know the Beehive hates Keri Hilson. Y'all hate Keri Hilson, something serious, okay? So Keri Hilson, I remember back when Keri Hilson first came out as a solo artist. Now we know that her pen game is amazing, right? She has written for some of the biggest stars, including Beyonce. So imagine everybody's horror when Keri Hilson put out a diss song about Beyonce, and I think the diss was pegged towards Sierra as well. So Keri had a song called Turning Me On. There was a remix to Turning Me On that really, I feel like it was really on only on YouTube. This was back when we had like LimeWire and shit like that. So it was on that type of stuff where you had to go search for it. It wasn't on the radio. There was no music video for it, but the remix had Lil Wayne on it. I feel like T-Pain is coming to mind, but I don't think it was T-Pain. But for years, Keri has suffered the brunt. Keri has suffered the brunt of people keeping their foot firmly on her neck for this. Now, if you guys have never heard the remix, which apparently a lot of people have never heard, they never knew about, whatever the case. In the Turning Me On, she takes a swipe at Beyonce, saying that you need to sit back, you faded, go back and have some babies. She's telling her that I've been writing some of your biggest songs, all of that type of stuff. Has Keri written for Beyonce? Yes, a lot of people have. Neo the Dream, Keri, Jasmine Sullivan, like a lot of people have written. Keri is a writer, okay? So when that came out, everybody was like, girl, the fuck? Why are you going at Beyonce? It was wild. It came out of left field. It was completely unnecessary, right? So I feel like since then, Keri's career has suffered, at least as a solo artist. She's navigated into acting. I think Keri Hilson is a good actress. I think with a little more time, she has time to really, hone in on her craft as an actress, but I enjoy her as an actress and I like Keri's music. So, Keri sat down, she has a new album coming out, or maybe it's an EP. She has new music coming out, we'll say that. And so she did an interview with The Breakfast Club, and when she revealed to the world that she didn't even write the verse. As she didn't write the verse, someone else did, and because she was young and new into the industry, she did as she was told when she was told to write the song. Now, they did ask her So who wrote that verse? And Keri would not reveal that information. But that's okay because Ester Dean, who did write the verse, decided to come out and say something. And everybody is like, Esther, what the fuck? For one, Keri protected you. You literally didn't have to say it was you. Now, I do think it's wild that all these years you let Keri suffer because of this. So Esther took to her Instagram and said, I submitted a lot of verses for that remix. One got picked and it was co-written by Keri. So now Esther is on some. It's not just me, y'all. Keri wrote it too. So you're throwing Keri up under the bus. Esther then goes on to say, looking back, it was childish and didn't age well. I see how it hurt people, especially women, and I take full accountability. I've worked with and supported many women since, but that doesn't erase the moment. I'm sorry for my part in it. Growth is real, and so is this apology. Now, I'm going to say this. I kind of feel like Esther, too little, too late, right? This song is how old now? Almost 20 years? Like, why say something now? Esther, you really could have just shut the fuck up and ate your food. I'm sorry, but there is literally no reason for you to have come out and then say, I'm sorry, I shouldn't have done it back there. Up till Keri, you ruined her career, right? So Keri responded with something very long that I'm not going to read because it's um literally like a little monologue. But Keri tells Esther, look, I don't I personally don't think this is our fight to have. I respected you on this matter and attempted to do that yesterday while finally expressing the truth when asked. But since you're coming to the table, let's be clear. You use the word co-wrote. I wrote maybe 3 lines in your verse, which was the only battle I won in the whole matter. But you weren't there when all this was going down, and we did not write it together. Keri said the only lines that are hers are, been getting dollars, boy, go and get your money up. No, you ain't the little homie on me, line up. Keri said, look, I didn't write any of the diss part. I wrote the portion of the verse that people like. She then goes on to say, um, you chose to stay quiet for 16 years, only choosing to come out now when you felt a portion of the heat when I've gotten all this time, which is true. Which is true. Now, I know that there are a lot of people that feel like, so what, when it comes to Keri, people don't care. But how do y'all feel about this? One, I feel like Esther really should have shut up, to be truth be told. Because to me, it feels very fake and like, what was the motive for you to come out 16 years later and say, "Oh, my bad. I'm sorry for dissing Beyonce and Sierra and having you write it and tanking your career. But you know what? I've grown since then." What was the point of you doing that while then not even taking full responsibility, right? Because you're still trying to throw Keri under the bus. I thought that was very, very interesting. On the other hand, Keri, if you should have came out 16 years ago and said, this ain't even my shit. But I guess as a songwriter, you don't want anybody else to know that somebody else wrote your verse? I don't know. This is interesting. What do y'all think about this? Do you feel differently about Keri now? Because according to Keri, she was young. She was forced to sing the verse. Do y'all think Keri should have like fought back on it? Do you think Keri should have thrown Esther under the bus back then? Let's talk about it down below. I'm on Keri's side. Like, don't come out and say shit now when I've been getting all the heat and you've been sitting back, probably smirking or whatever. Like, what? That's just me. And then finally, let's talk Kenya more. So I recapped the Housewives of Atlanta, so I'm not going to talk about what happened in the actual episodes. Y'all go check my recaps out for that. I have a Housewives of Atlanta playlist. But let's talk about what's been happening since. So Bravo Andy has a podcast in which he was talking about what happened on the show where Kenya posted the pictures of Britt Edie at her own salon opening. Stupid. Okay. So there was some co-host on there, and they are saying that Kenya basically sexually assaulted Britt Edie. That is not the correct termination for what she did. There are people saying that this is revenge P. I don't know. I'm not even going to pretend that I know the exact laws on revenge P in terms of what state and all that type of stuff. But I will say this: Kenya is not remorseful at all, and that's the crazy part, right? At the end of the day, Kenya, you made this decision to do this. And while you feel justified in what you did, there is no justification for you to post that woman's pictures. Right? And so now you can't get mad, Kenya, that people are not having your back after what you did. And that's where Kenya's going wrong. Instead of Kenya shutting the fuck up and acknowledging that what she did was wrong, it's like you're doing too much. Then for you to say you don't want me to get activated, bitch, you ain't activated. What more could you possibly do, Kenya? Like, let's be real. What more could you possibly do? So now we have Portia coming out because Portia started a YouTube, and Portia is saying that, well, Britt Edie was underage when these pictures, and Kenya got these pictures from another housewife. Kenya says she's going to tell all on her YouTube channel because now she has started a YouTube channel in which she wants to talk about everything that's going on. Kenya, you are crashing out in the worst way, sis. Accept defeat and be done with it. But at the rate that Kenya is going, this is not going to end well for her in any capacity. Like, why aren't you remorseful? I guess that's the biggest issue. You would think Kenya has had a year to sit on this, a full year to think about this and to be like, damn, I really did F up. Maybe I went too far, but Kenya is standing very firm on this. And I'm on Kenya's side only in the respect of Bravo should have done something about those threats. Bravo should have took the threats from Britt Edie more serious. They should have. But that doesn't mean that you go and you post indecent pictures of this woman as a response. It also doesn't mean a year later, at your big age of 54 fucking years, okay, that you don't realize that what you did was wrong and you have literally no remorse. Come on, Kenya. Come on, Kenya. So let me know down below how you guys feel about Kenya basically threatening to do more stuff. Kenya says she's not even fully activated yet. Kenya has no remorse. Check out my recaps to see how I felt about the Britt Edie versus Kenya thing. But leave your comments down below and let's talk about the aftermath. A year later, what do you think Kenya's reaction should be? What would be more appropriate? Okay. If you guys haven't already, subscribe to the channel, thumbs up the video. I will catch you guys in the next one. I still want to talk Bow Wow, Toni Braxton, and Ray J. So there'll be another look at this here maybe later this afternoon, but it'll be something else. Catch you guys in the next one.